Hi friends, MD Vegan. I make another fruit quark, curd you could say. I don't know what you guys already use all the time. Not a native speaker, you know. I'm German here, but I try different words here. Curd, quark, to me that's all the same, you know. You tell me better. So it's a peach now. I have this beautiful peach here. I found this peach and I thought, wow, that's my next dessert. And I got peaches, they are in season, and so I'll tell you more about it in a moment because I have to cut them. That's a little bit problem because of the seed and the stone inside, but they come to that later. Now the first thing is the curd. And the curd is usually fermented, and you can do it also without fermentation. It's not literally then a curd or a quark because it's not fermented, but you can have a similar effect. The texture and the flavor is pretty much the same, I found haphazardly. I didn't try for that, I just found it was. And I show you how I do it. Very simple, I just use fruit and nuts blended together here. And seeds. I have a banana that is frozen, should be a little bit cooler, that's all. And I have a good handful of cashew nuts. And here's the point, I did that, I made the same recipe days ago, and I loved it so much that I said, okay, I try now some differences here. The differences with regard to the measurements only. Yeah, that's, and by the way, a nice thing with when you have small numbers of ingredients, you don't need precise measurements because you can always already imagine, usually, what's the right measurement about. Yeah, and if it isn't right, you make small steps in the right directions, and that's very easy. You can blend 2 or 3 times and you find out. You know. And here I do the same. I have maybe a cup of bananas frozen and 2/3 of a cup of cashews and 1.5 tablespoons of sesame seeds. This is the thing here, the magic ingredient that makes the curd texture. Want to see it again? A little bit longer, sesame seeds. Yeah. You can also take tahini, pretty much the same. Tahini is ground sesame seed, sometimes roasted, sometimes with salt. Yeah, that's a little bit different, but basically the same. Can take anyway, doesn't matter. So, now what I play with is the measurements of cashews to bananas to sesame seeds. And the more sesame seed you take, the stronger the flavor. You want to reduce it a little bit, it gets a little bit milder, mellower, gentle. And also the texture is different. And also, of course, you add a huge amount of nutrients. You add protein. Yeah? Minerals like iron and calcium are very strong, very high in sesame. Makes it a wonderful breakfast. And that compares it to the traditional curds or quarks, yeah, because you have protein in there. This kind of protein makes it really also similar. But you have the flavor of a sesame seed, so you want to regulate a little bit more or less as you like. So that's one thing. And the cashew, of course, the more cashew you take, the thicker it gets. You know, you want a runny one, a runny curd-like texture, or more a thick one, more like curd. Curd is pretty firm. Yeah. So that's what I do here. And then I have my flavor ingredients that are important for curd. Here, a thick curd. It's half a lemon. Yeah, it's a little bit big, maybe too much, but it's okay. And 3 small dates. Yeah. I will take a small piece of the lemon out. It's just a feeling, I don't know. Usually I follow my intuition when I have the feeling, and there's a little bit too much, I take it out a little bit. Because in the end, oftentimes I happen to note that I was right. Yeah, my feeling was right. It feels a little bit too much. Then, right now, I learned, then take a little bit less, very easy. Yeah, my feeling in this case is oftentimes pretty at the point. So here I put some water, not too much, just to begin. Yeah, the blender can do a easier job with a small amount of water just over the blades. And then I can add something later if I want so. Blender dense. I have the sesame seeds, I have the cashews, and I have the dry dates. So it will take a little bit more blending time, that's for sure. But I stopped here. I will eventually make a second one. But now let's check. Do I have too little lemon? Do I need more water? Let's see. Texture is nice, okay, it's runny, but not too runny. It's okay, it's a curd-like texture, it's so fine. But the flavor, so what does the flavor tell me? Every time I try it, I try to make it, it's getting better. It's getting better. So I'll just show you later. It sits for a moment. It's nice, fresh and cool. It's very nice with these frozen bananas. It's a wonderful trick. By the way, bananas are also important for the curd because they have these nice fiber texture. It's so nice for smoothies. Yeah, we use bananas oftentimes in smoothies as a base because of the fiber. Yeah. That makes really, fiber is so important. It makes you feel full, keeps some time, it's super healthy, and for the texture too. Fiber is what makes the texture, and banana fiber, I guess, is very important for a good curd, fake curd. Yeah. Okay, now I show you my main ingredient. Go back to the peach. And here I have already cut some peaches here, 2 peaches into pieces, you see. Small pieces, that's for a fruit salad, the appropriate size usually. I like these small size. And the thing is with fruit salad, the most time with fruit salads is cutting the fruit. Washing, cutting, and so pitting it, that is the most time. It can really take some time when you have a lot of different fruits. And with a peach especially, there's a problem. You want to have beautiful pieces. That makes a nice fruit salad. You have beautiful pieces, you don't mash them up. And if I would open this now, like regularly, usually I cut around, make a circle here against the stone. The stone has a direction. Yeah, I cut against the stone direction. Otherwise I open the stone, that doesn't work. And then I try to open it in 2 halves. That's what I usually do, yeah. But it doesn't work. Yeah, this peach, the flesh sticks firmly to the seed, to the stone. And that's not nice, because if I do that now, I make an all mess with it. And that's why I decided to show you how to do it without making a mess. That you have these nice little pieces here. See, they're beautiful, they're not mashed up. So I show you. So I cut the same circle here first, and then I set a crosswise circle. Now I have 4 quarters, and I could try to break out one of the quarters. Still it wouldn't work. I tried it, so I need another one, another cross. So I have 6 pieces, 6 slices, just cutting around. So 4 long circle cuts. So I have 6 pieces. 3 on each side. You see 6 slices. You see the slices maybe 1, 2, 3 on each side. 4, 5, 6. I don't know if you have seen, but 6. You understand? You know, cutting circles, and you have these slices. Now I break out the slices, and that we have 1 slice, and the 6th. Then you have a chance to break them out without making a mess. When the slices are too thick. You can break them out. Oh, here, this is easy. Oh, yeah, that works easy. It's easier than the other 2. I had some issues with the other 2, so I decided maybe I'll show you, because it's so nice to have these pieces beautiful without making a mess. Here, you see what I'm talking about? This is the slices, and they can be easily broken out of the whole peach. And then you have still the beautiful shapes. And I quickly do the rest. And lucky with this one. Usually, the peaches can become very soft. When I buy some peaches, once a week I go shopping for food. Usually once a week, that saves me some time. And then I get all my peaches. And problem is, they are so delicate, the peaches, because at first they are a little bit firm. You think, oh, they can have some more time on the shelf because before they are really soft and sweet and juicy. And the next day even, half of them already turns bad, into really with mold and everything. Wow, they're so fast with peaches. These are wonderful fruit. And they turn bad in a second, it seems, overnight. Oh, that's really something I have to be careful now with. So what I do now with the peaches, Usually I don't do that with peaches, but I have to put them in the refrigerator. At first day I put them out, I leave them out, and the second day I have them, after my shopping, I have to put them in the refrigerator, otherwise it can happen they are already bad in the next day, and that is would be so sad. Yeah, these beautiful peaches, what a waste, yeah, to have them turn bad. But with peaches that can happen also with nectarines, but peaches even more so. It can also happen a little bit with apricots, yeah, also same thing, it can, yeah. But peaches are very, very fragile, so to say. Yeah, they turn bad in a second, and that's, I don't want to have that anymore, one more time. So a second, put my hand a little bit, get the juice off the hands, and here, this is my peach, my 3 peaches. It's 2 cups almost, and they are beautiful. I tell you, the peaches are so delicious when they're ripe, really, really ripe, and they taste like heaven. Unique flavor, the most unique flavor, wonderful. Other fruits have the same thing in their own ways, yeah. But the peaches, and now I'm talking about peaches. And I'm talking about with raspberries in a moment, because that is another story. Together with the peach, I tell you why. So just a moment, I go back to my curd-like, fake curd, and blend one more time. It's pretty good now. Yeah, it's a little bit runny, but that's fine. That's fine. The last time I made it, and the third time now. The last time was a little bit runnier. This is a little bit firmer, so I find the middle ground. Wow. It's really perfect. Wonderful flavor. So now I get to put the peaches into my bowl to mix it with the curd. And that's what I loved always when I was a little boy. I loved them. These curd with fruit. I love it. Strawberry curd was our standard, but you can do it with any kind of fruit. Wonderful. So now I should show you what the curd looks like when I pour it over the peaches. You can see it's a huge amount of curd here, but that's a breakfast here with curd, based on curd. It's a fruit curd. I love it. Yeah. So now I will combine it, toss it, and now the magic happens already. You know, I cut the fruit into pieces. That means the juice comes out of the fruit, and they are ripe even more. And then it goes into the curd, and you have this wonderful flavor all over the curd. Oh, you couldn't have it better. I love this. Yeah. Now I put it into a glass to serve it, and to top it with my little crown. I always have a crown on top here. Take 3 recipes. I have 3 parts in my kitchen. It's very easy to make, a systematic approach to make a new recipe every single day, and it is easy as anything. You just have a center part, that is the peach here, 1 part. Second part, the dressing. Third part, crown. Something special, and this is today very special. I didn't know that before. I tried it and I found, wow, these are raspberries, you know. These are heavenly by themselves. They have a German name, Himbeere. Raspberry is called Himbeere, and Him stands for Himmel, that is heaven. So they are, if you want, the German word for raspberry is heavenberry or so, short of that. But honestly, the flavor, I said the peaches taste like heaven. Raspberries really do. They have the same name already. What I do now, I put the raspberries on top, and just not a big thing, but you know, I tried before. I have some strawberries. I thought, well, I could put some strawberries on the peach curd, and why not? So I got the strawberries out, and then I thought, wow, you have some raspberries there too. How about putting raspberries on top? What's the difference? I didn't know how to decide. Now, do I put raspberries on top or strawberries? What is the idea? I really had no idea. My intuition, 0, blank, and no idea. So what I do in that case is easy. I cut my peaches, and I take out the raspberries and the strawberries, put them all together on a table, and then I eat a piece of peach, sorry, and a raspberry together. I say, yummy. And then I do the same with the strawberry. Done. And I know it. And you know what happened this time? When I ate the raspberry together with the peach, I was blown away. And then just for the sake of the argument, I tried the strawberry too, but the strawberry had no chance at all once I had the raspberry taste with the peach. It was absolutely stunning to me because, you know, a raspberry has a certain raspberry flavor. We all know that, of course. Yeah, raspberries have a raspberry flavor, of course. But sometimes we get the raspberries from a shop, eat them, and they taste nice. Okay. But if you have them from a bush, for example, from the warm sun, you know, the sun shines on the bush, it's hot, you go outside, take a raspberry, eat it, you're blown away. That's a whole different experience. Sometimes you go to a shop and buy a raspberry marmalade, jelly. Yeah. Same thing, you taste the raspberry jelly and say, wow, they taste totally like raspberries. And some people, they taste only the raspberry jam, go home, eat a raspberry and say, I prefer the jam, that tastes better. Because of what? Because they managed it to tickle out the raspberry flavor in the raspberry jam even more than usual raspberries taste. That's why many kids prefer sweets from the shop to the original fruits. You know what happened in this recipe? You won't believe it. Together with the peach, the raspberry completely tasted like raspberry. All of a sudden, more than a raspberry without the peach. That is the ideal story for me to make a recipe, because I only make a recipe, that's my idea, when the recipe actually adds a quality, something good, to each of the ingredients. And here, the hit was what the peach does to the flavor of the raspberry. Absolutely stunning. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. I would like to know how you feel about that. You know, did you try a raspberry with peaches? Or at all, did you try this curd with other fruits? I would like to know. Yeah. Anyway, any question, any suggestion, always happy. Like my video, subscribe, and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.